I miss having your company. Yeah, I know it a lot, but I got all this money. That's all. You some sweet, sweet just like that honey. When I get back, I need you on me.
Hey guys, so as you see from the title, you already know what this video is going to be about, so let's get into it. I'm going to talk to you guys while I beat my face and try to get myself ready for the day. I'm trying to do like a no makeup look, but let's see if I can do it. So I want to start off by saying, like, I decided to make this video because I really had to reflect on like my life. I know we've all seen the Twitter thread about when men start hating women that they're like actively in a relationship with, but they never leave. They remain in that relationship, and it really like got me thinking. And I was just like, you know, have I been in this situation, and like what have I learned from that situation, and am I still going through this event or a variation of it as an adult? Well, as someone in their 30s, right? So I had to really like sit back and think, and I'm like, damn, have I been still going through this experience? You know, have I not learned anything from my past? So I sat down with myself and I was like, do you think that the people that you've been seeing or dated as a recent like dislike you? And I realized that, yeah, it's true, they didn't. In my personal experience in general, I've realized that there's been instances where whomever I was seeing at the time, it wasn't that they liked me, they liked the idea of me, you know, they liked the idea of being able to show me off to other people, to behave as if they captured something, you know. I often felt materialized. I felt like I was this butterfly that was like captured, and the person just wanted the right to say that they were able to have me, sleep with me, whatever. Or they got with me because they wanted to humble me. They wanted to teach me a lesson and break me down and hurt my self-esteem and stuff like that. But luckily your girl got heartbroken really early in life, and that shit changed me. That made me into a savage. Honestly, because my high school sweetheart broke my heart really well, and that changed me for the better. Once my high school sweetheart broke my heart, it took me a while to like really hatch feelings for someone else and really invest myself emotionally. And then I fell in love with someone else who was older than me, and I trusted them wholeheartedly, and they also betrayed me. And I learned a lot from that relationship. I learned a lot. And it's crazy because like I try to avoid making the same mistakes and not entertaining the same type of persons, but they morph, you know. They know how to present themselves in different variations now. They're getting really clever with it. So this is a little list that I've come up with, ways to know, you know, if a man hates you. This list is not in a particular order as to highest to lowest. No, it's just a list that I've compiled. And this is just from my personal experience, some of the things that I've observed. For backstory, I'm someone in their 30s, so I have plenty of experience. And this is the information I've gathered from the experiences that I've had. This is not to say that everyone is like this. I have to give these disclaimers because, you know, some people get very upset when you identify issues and try to discuss them. But so one of the ways that I'm shaking my foundation. So one of the ways that I knew that a guy hated me was because he never gave me compliments. let's not sit here and act like women don't like compliments, men don't like compliments. Everyone likes compliments, okay? We want to be told that we are beautiful. And especially if we've done something different to alter our appearance and you don't even say a word about it, oh yeah, you might as well tell me that you hate me. Because if you're gonna not acknowledge me in that manner, then it's like you're being cold and you're just being like really rude and inconsiderate, unprovoked too. Like this guy never paid me any compliments. I remember one time I was dating someone and I asked them like what they thought about the way that I looked or what I was wearing, and it's funny. You know, he told me that it looked like I was wearing scrubs. That was his opinion. And I'm a very honest person. I like honesty. That's like what I desire. That's what I want around me. And I accepted it, you know? I was like, okay, fine. But then one time, you know, I was at his house and we were still getting to know each other. And I was just like, oh, I need to take off my makeup if I'm going to spend the night. And I'm like, oh, I got to take off my lashes. And his whole demeanor changed towards me when he learned that my lashes were not real. And I was just confused. I'm just like, do men not know the difference? They really don't. But then they want to ridicule you because they don't know the difference. You know, and sometimes you'll experience that where somebody will treat you differently based on how you look. And that's something to pay attention to. The way he treats you when you have makeup on as opposed to when you don't have makeup on. Because then you'll know how much does this person desire you and on what level and why, right? Another way to know is if he does not make an effort to really get to know you. If he's not asking you questions about you, your family, your childhood, he's not taking the time to sit down and really converse with you. If everything is just about sex, that's how you know what this relationship is really, you know, revolving around. And that's something to keep in mind, to make a mental note about it. Like, don't introduce sex into the situation. Withhold sex, okay? And see how this person behaves. Let's say you have sex and then you decide, you know what, I don't want to have sex anymore. See how they behave. And it'll let you know how much power or control this person wants to have over your body. Because somebody should be able to be in a situation with someone else and have the conversation about why you don't want to have sex anymore and stuff like that. That way you can know, you know, more or less where does the situation stand. If he's not concerning himself, I really miss the times where people want to meet your family, they want to get to know you, that they really concern themselves with your parents and stuff like that. I miss those times. But hey, maybe I'm just traditional, but I feel like that's a huge, you know, telltale sign of, okay, maybe this person's not really with me for the long haul. Another sign is if he's not concerning himself with your safety or your well-being. So, if he's not concerning himself with your safety and well-being, what does that mean, right? I'm not saying that he has to be a police officer in your life, obviously not, right? But the way that someone could concern themselves with your safety and well-being is if it's late at night, right? And you're going home. Is this person making sure you're getting in the right Uber, putting you in an Uber, driving you home, paying for your Uber, walking you downstairs to your Uber? Is this person taking out your chair? Is this person, you know, paying attention to your surrounding areas? If somebody's getting loud and obnoxious, are they, you know, making sure that nothing is coming to harm you both, or telling you, hey, let's get out of here, let's go somewhere safer? Is this person putting their arm around you to, you know, guide you away? In what manner are they doing that, right? Guiding you away if you're in the way of other people. If you're saying that you don't feel well, are they solution based, right? Are they trying to provide you solutions? Are they just letting your issues be your issues? If you tell him you haven't ate all day, Does he ask you why you haven't ate all day? You know, why haven't you eaten, honey? What's wrong? Are you okay? Are you feeling well? If you're not feeling well, is he sending you a care basket? How considerate and giving and loving is this person? That will tell you how much someone likes you. And now I'm telling you as if you were in a relationship with this person. That will dictate everything. A lot of these things you could predetermine before you are in a relationship with this person and invest any time. They will show you who they are. You have to pay attention to those signs. I feel like that's a huge indicator. Like if he's just like, yo, your problems are your problems, then that's it, let that go. Goodbye. Because he's never going to help you with your bills. He's never going to be there for you the way you would want him to, because he's not attached to you. He doesn't feel like your problems are his problems. And you're going to find yourself really lonely when you're going through trials and tribulations with this person. They are going to get going when the going gets tough. Like personally, I don't like to make my issues anybody else's issues. Like when I'm going through stuff, sometimes I will like distance myself and just like take care of my business, you know, because I don't want other people in my business knowing, you know, whatever difficulties I'm going through. However, if I distance myself from someone who supposedly likes me, I would want them to feel alarmed and ask me like, hey, are you okay? What's going on with you? And if I tell them, if I trust them to tell them, that they would tell me like, you know, if there's anything I can do to help you, even if you're not able to provide monetary, you know, support, that you're gonna give me emotional support, that you're gonna be there for me. I think that's honestly what men need to understand, that women are seeking from them is, what men need to understand that women are seeking from them is not completely monetary value, right? It's not always about money, because in most instances some women make more than men, but I think it's just about the support, the companionship, the balance, you know. As much as men like to claim that women are supposed to be look at that, what's the word, because I'm not going to be that motherly and have this nature to them, they're expecting you to be that with them, but they need to have that gene too. If you want to be a parent, you need to have that gene in you as well. It cannot just be one person in the relationship, because then it's like, what are you there for as a parent? If you're just there to give monetary value, then you don't need to be present in the life of anybody. Just send the checks in the mail. And of course, we don't want that, you know, to begin with. So stop trying to paint this picture that men are not supposed to be emotional or giving or anything like that. Men are supposed to be emotional as well, but everybody's supposed to be emotionally available and stable. And that's what's key. But I really think that when somebody's not trying to help you with your problems, you know, even giving you advice, even listening to you, even just willing to come over and hug you. Let's say you have a death in the family. What is his reaction to that, right? Like, and it doesn't have to be somebody that's close to you that passed away. Like, it could be your neighbor that you often visited, right? That you often kikied with. Unfortunately, they passed. How does this person respond to a moment of grief in your life? Are they trying to provide you any form of support? Are they offering any form of support? Even to gossip with you, honestly, like, I know it sounds crazy, but even to gossip with you. It's crazy because I was dating someone much older than me, and I was just trying to be cool with him, and I have my own jargon, my own way of being, because I'm from New York. And I remember this man, he straight up told me, he's like, I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. Don't call me bro. Don't do this. Don't do that. And it's like, this is who I am. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm not trying to be mean. And I'm not saying it as if you're literally my bro. It's just a word we say in passing. And his reaction to it was so nasty and negative that it was like, I get the message, but the manner that you're driving the message is concerning, because Don't you have children? Is this how you speak to them too? Because it sounds like you're speaking to me as if I'm your child. So it tells me that that's how you speak to your children, and that's why they don't really want to be around you. So now I know you have a temperament issue, and now I understand why everybody's so distant from you. And you painted this picture like you're a victim, but in reality, now I see what it is. Because that's one thing for sure. You got to give it time for people to show you who they are. And you got to find yourself in their space of where they feel comfortable and really sit back and watch them, how they behave, how they unveil themselves. All right. Because with that man, there was no reasoning with him. I would apologize, and I found myself apologizing often because he was very much triggered and very much someone who got angry often. And he would really speak distastefully of the mother of his children and claim that she put him through so much. And I never just take sides. I listen to everything and I formulate my own opinions. But, you know, I ultimately had to let this man go because he was trying to dress me. He was trying to tell me what to wear. And that's another flag right there, another thing on the list of when you know a man dislikes you or hates you, right? Is when he's trying to dictate, you know, how your life should be, how your appearance should be, when he's trying to absolve you of the things that you like and you care about. Like if you really like makeup and he's gonna sit here and meet you with makeup on and then tell you he doesn't like it, that don't make no sense. Let that go. That's not for you. Because if you like makeup and you like wearing it, it makes you feel good, and it is a method of art. This is another way to, you know, express yourself. And if somebody wants to take that away from you, I think not, because I don't wear makeup every day. But it's almost like somebody trying to dim your light. Because if you're shining bright with it on and you still shine bright without it on, where does this opinion come from? And they be boyfriends, they don't be husbands with these opinions. But then they're over here following girls with makeup on, right? Complimenting girls, admiring girls. And what do they all have on? Makeup. And it's just crazy to me. And it's like, stop. No. If you give an opinion and you're not trying to provide a solution to this opinion because you're changing my life, then no. So it's like, if you know I wear makeup a lot because, like, this is just an example. If somebody wears a lot of makeup because they're trying to cover their blemishes, what solutions are you trying to give them to help them curb this behavior? Because some men feel like makeup is just gonna give you acne, more acne. That's some people, not just men. Then what solution are you giving to the issue at hand? Are you gonna research? Are you gonna, because 9 times out of 10, that's an issue I find I have when meeting men and dating. It's like, what do you bring to the table? Are you able to mastermind and collaborate with me on an intelligent level, mental level, and present solutions to my problems? 9 times out of 10, they're not. They're not even there to try to do that. They want you to be put together, and then they want to come with their broken table that wobbles and missing a chair, a leg or something, or a chair, and then they want you to stand at that table, not even sit. And it's like, no, I'm not signing up to shovel. I'm not doing it. Because I often deal with, like, I will create a list and specify what I want in a man. And the things that I want, I can give. And then here will come one to tarry and will try to convince me that I'm the right person for him and he's the right person for me. Someone who doesn't even fit the bill. And I find that to be so offensive because I'm not a charity and I'm not here to do free labor or anything like that. No, I refuse. But yeah, sorry, I went on a tangent. But moving on, another thing on the list that I noticed is to pay attention how this person treats you when other people are around and when you both are alone, when they think nobody's around. Pay attention to the name they have you written under on their phone, okay? Is your picture there, right? Are you one of their recent calls? Just pay attention to how they speak of you, to other people. If they let other people speak poorly of you in their presence, that's a huge thing right there. So just pay attention to those things that people say and what they do. Does it correlate? You know, if a man tells you he loves you, he cares about you, is he, you know, walking on that line consistently? Is he very much so consistent and about the way he feels about you, and is he making sure that you feel that security, that sense of security. That's another red flag. I feel like another thing on the list where I would say is like, is he expressing his feelings to you, right? Is he willing to communicate with you and tell you how he feels? Because whether it's negative or positive, that communication isn't happening. Is this person telling you they miss you, or are they avoiding spending time with you or conversing with you and having that personal one-on-one time with you? That will really tell you, you know, how much does this person like you. If they want to spend quality time with you, are they expressing their feelings to you, that they miss you? Is he what he or she's saying and doing correlating? Is it making sense? I remember I personally struggle, right, with expressing my feelings, and that's because I used to be someone who did, and it was often taken for granted or used against me, because I was just such a lover girl, you know, and I had to change that, unfortunately, because not everyone deserves to know how you feel, or like the things that hurt you, how fragile you are. They don't need to know all of that. But if you miss someone, it's okay to tell them, but it needs to be reciprocated. You need to have that same energy back and forth. Because if this person you're with never tells you they miss you, they never like compliment you, they never like just communicate with you about how they feel, if they're having a rough day, then you need to have that conversation. You need to know why it's not happening. Why does this person not feel comfortable or safe telling me? If you're with someone and you don't know anything about their childhood or who they are or how their dynamic is with their family, you've never met their family, then that really tells you where you stand in their life. And they're gonna probably try to gaslight you and tell you that they want to take things at a certain pace, and give them their time frame, like in your mind, like how long is it gonna take? I'm gonna give it this much time. But if they out here doing stuff with you that you wouldn't do that soon, like having unprotected sex with you, then it's like, oh, that's a different pace that would correlate with me meeting your family. Stop giving up the goods, bro. That ass. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? That's where you messing up at. That's another story for another day. Another way that I knew that someone did not like me was when this person that I was seeing, they would get upset with me even when I asked them questions, like if they were okay. Oh man, it was like a very bad experience. They had me walking on eggshells, but this person would often get upset with me for any little thing. And I just didn't understand it. Like, it was just like, because the truth is, right? The fact of the matter is that men are out here struggling with mental health issues. And a lot of them don't realize that they have hormones like we have hormones. And the way we can be imbalanced hormonally, they can be imbalanced hormonally too. And the way we get our blood work done and we get our hormones checked, they need to be doing the same thing too. But no, they're just gonna make you feel like it's you. You're the problem. You're the reason they can't do this, that, and the third. So just make sure that, you know, when you ask for that paperwork, that it includes that hormonal test, so you can know if the person you're seeing is struggling with hormonal imbalance, because sometimes that could be very much the reason why they're having mood swings too, because now it seems to be a thing that's happening a lot with men. It's mood swings and just irritability, and sometimes it could be the foods that you're eating that have a lot of estrogen. So just pay attention to that. But that was another way that I knew this person didn't like me, and it took me a while, I'll be honest, to realize that they didn't like me, you know. They like sleeping with me, but did they like me on a personal level? No. Did they genuinely care about me? No. No. But we had great sex. I'll admit that. But it was sad. It was really sad, because then you're never gonna get fed your soul is never gonna get fed. Your needs emotionally are never gonna be met. And you're gonna just find yourself, just drowning and draining yourself to meet someone's standards that you don't even know exist. And sometimes the standard that you're trying to meet is the person wants to be with a man, but they don't want to come to grips with it. So they're gonna make you pay for that. So just pay attention to that, right? Like, and maybe consider that you're not their interest because you're not the right gender for them. And they need to go on a sexual energy, or not a sexual energy, excuse me. They need to go on, a journey with themselves to determine what is it that they really want. And I'm not saying it to try to badge them and badger them or just speak down on them. No. Figure out who you are, what you want, and like what you want, but don't drag people in and don't make them feel less than or like they're not meeting your needs because they're not what you want sexually. Like, know what you want and go for it. Like, it is what it is. It's almost 2024. There's no reason why we should still be dealing with men that are not accepting their sexuality and what their preferences are. I know what I want. And I know what I'm willing to not accept. So, but yeah. So, another thing that is important to say is that another way to know if someone hates you, right, is if they are selfish, right? Pay attention to how selfish they are. When a man doesn't like a woman, he will make her feel like she's responsible for a lot of things. I'll be honest, like, I'm seeing someone right now, and I don't know if it's a character flaw that they're having, or they just don't have the confidence, level to do these things, to initiate things. But now I have to reevaluate if this person is really interested in me, or if I'm just here as a a safe keep to just like hold a placeholder. Because this person, they're waiting for me to invite them over to my home. They have been here already, but they're waiting for me to invite them over to my home, and I have not done so. And I can tell I'm not stupid, but they have a home too, and instead of inviting me over or inviting me out, they have not done that. So I already can tell that maybe I'm not your top, right? And it's telling me, not your top like that, be like on the top of your list, but it's telling me that maybe we're not compatible, right? And I'm not gonna be mad at him. I'm not gonna treat him, bad or good, but I'm gonna make a mental note of it. And I have been maintaining my distance, and I'm just letting everything play out. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I'm making a mental note of it. And I have my own life that I'm busy with and things that I'm doing, so it's a possibility that I might say no, I can't come, but these are things that you have to pay attention to, is how someone treats you during the dating phase where you're getting to know each other. That will very much tell you how this person feels about you, if they like you that much, how much they like you. It's very important to differentiate between love bombing and like genuine like you, right? And a big way to determine that is guess whose camera died and embarrassed them. My camera overheated and died, but I went and finished getting ready so that we can keep talking. But like I was saying, consistency. When you are dating someone and there is a lack of consistency, that should also, kind of determine to you where you stand with them, how they value you, how they view you. I feel like it's no different than when you go to work, right? It's a place that you're constantly, frequently visiting. You spend most of your time there. When there's a lack of consistency in that environment, it really does affect you, right? It makes it hard for you to be productive, trust other people, engage other people, or just perform your job in general. So when you're in a relationship, if somebody is lacking consistency with you and they're not saying what they're doing, they're not doing what they're saying they're gonna do, and one day they treat you well, the next day they don't, like that's a huge red flag that you should pay attention to. But yeah, unfortunately these are like experiences that we're gonna have in relationships, but don't just accept them. You know, these are circumstances that should not be permanent, that should not be happening frequently, but unfortunately they are. Just pay attention, and if your gut is telling you if something's not right, listen to your gut, to your intuition. If you are often seeing or feeling yourself in fight or flight mode with this person, if you're always tense in survival mode with this person, that's not the person for you, straight up, baby. But yeah, I want to know below, you know, any instances that you've had, any experiences that you've had that you want to share so that we can learn from you too, and just feedback on what you think. I would love to hear that from you guys. But I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for your time. Bye.
I wanna all night, say it. I wanna all night. I wanna all night, say it. I wanna all night.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kissed.